yeah, it's about time in my career that we sort of start stepping up and taking the next level, even though we've been at that level. But yeah, lots happened, man. Lots happened. And, you know, there's always a story behind every boxer. And coming back from the States with the loss to Zinzerug, my father passed away about 2 months before that fight, and without meaning to, and I got to take responsibility. It broke me down. Instead of getting stronger, I got weaker, which I take responsibility for. Still wanted to work, still loved what I did, and went to work, not as good as I could. Same when I came back to Australia and the first fights back, and then slowly just rebuilding, reinventing from there, getting the right people around me, getting the right feel back and the right love and the passion for boxing. And I'll tell you what, man, I got it back in the last 2 or 3 years. It's just been building and building. And last fight against Benimo came out and outboxed him easily through most of the fight. So I feel like we're at that level of a good top 10 boxer now, and it's time to step up, and we've got the opportunity now.
So from the loss you had, what specifically did you realise you got to change or you got to improve?
Man, to be honest, I've been a great Australian fighter, strong fighter, walk forward, hard hitter, like a good knockout rate, and that was a great attribute, probably my biggest downfall in boxing. I started to rely on that strength, started to rely on pressure, and Gil exposed it perfectly. Just good lateral movement, good jab, good combination work, and outdid me easy. And I'll admit that. It was a good tough fight, but he outdid me, outboxed me well. And it was, you know, I learned that fight, and then with Zinzerug in the States as well, how sharp he was with the jab, how good he was with his movement, his positioning. Yeah, I went back after that thinking, you know, I can't just keep going how I'm going. I've got to grow. I've got to develop from here. So I got together with Bobby Main in Perth, he's the author of The Art of Boxing. So he's been working me on the jab, working things behind a jab, working off the jab, slipping a lot more, using my foot, lateral movement, coming in then angling off rather than staying in front. So working a lot of really basic fundamental boxing stuff that I hadn't actually learnt as a pro. And it's made a world of difference. And you know what, I'm actually enjoying boxing a lot more now than I ever have.
Now, I remember that night down at Campbelltown when you fought Daniel, and even though you lost, you know, it wasn't. There was a lot of rounds there that were really close, you know.
Yes, there was.
Have you looked at Daniel, what Daniel's achieved, and think, you know, I wasn't that far away, you know, and I really could do the same sort of things on the world scene? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, definitely. When you look at that, and it was a very close fight, and all that was off was a little bit of game plan, a little bit of strategy was in his favour, and that was what won him the fight. So let's put that on the other shoe. Maybe I won that fight, maybe go there, but it happened the way it did, and it's taught me. It's okay, I need to improve in those areas, and now's the time to show it. Now's the time to really show that and perform and show that.
So where do we go now? What's the next step?
And next we got Austin Trout in New York. I think August 16. That's date's not confirmed yet, but I think August 16.
Is it August 9? Possibly Sakio's date.
Was going to be August 9. I think they've changed it, and I'll be Sakio and myself on the card, which is awesome. Another Aussie, you know. And again, seeing Sam Solomon do so well after, you know, I fought with Sam and sparred and trained with Sam for so many years, and then with Gil, and seeing how well they're doing, and knowing that, you know, you're that close to being that level. Obviously, you just have to change a few things and you're there, rather than kicking in and going, okay, that's the best I could do, and calling it a day. I went, okay, let's go back and let's actually improve. Let's work on what you have to work on. And it's starting to come together, man.
Good time to get Austin Trout. He's coming off a loss.
Man, he's coming off 2 losses against Alvarez and Lara, so two best in the division. I mean, you know, I still rate Trout as, you know, at least top 5, one of the best fighters in the division. Definitely one of the best boxers in the division. He's a counter fighter, very defensive, doesn't like to stick in a fight, and I know for a fact they're going to expect me to just walk forward with pressure, like they saw with Zinzerug, like they saw in my earlier fights, and they have no idea that I'm going to box. I hope this doesn't go out, but they have no idea that I'm going to box, move laterally, work off his jab, counter his jab with my cross, counter, step out to the left, keep on the left side, beat the jab with my jab. These are things we're working on constantly, so I've got my game plan, I'm prepared, I've been studying, watching the tape, so I feel confident going in.
Thanks for your time, Daniel, and good luck with Austin.
Man, thank you. Let's wave that Aussie flag.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Cheers.